It's Wheelgun Wednesday, and tonight I decided to pull out one of my old favorites. This is a Smith Wesson 617. This is a 4-inch barrel, 10-shot, 22 long rifle revolver, and this particular one I have a little bit of history with. I traded in a Charter Arms Pathfinder 22. That was a 6-shot revolver several years ago towards this model 617, and when I got it home, it had a whole ton of lead, as you'll see here in a couple of minutes, all over the forcing cone and above the barrel. And after cleaning it out really well, I took it out to the range and shot it. And every time I shot it, I had lead all over, and I had tons of smoke coming out the front of the forcing cone, or in between the forcing cone and the cylinder. And what I ended up determining was that this particular gun had some issues. I don't know how it happened, but along the way, either when the barrel was torqued into the frame or from some abuse that somebody had done to this gun before I previously had gotten it, there was actually a crack in the frame that caused this gun to have some issues, with the barrel and the cylinder being in misalignment, which is how it was shaving lead. So let me roll in some footage so you can see how this gun looked when I bought it. If you recall, in previous videos, I showed these images of the lead buildup around the forcing cone on this 617 Smith & Wesson revolver. Now, I wasn't exactly sure why this was happening in the past. Obviously, it could have been that the cylinder was out of time. It also could have been just an issue where somebody shot several hundred rounds of lead ammo without having cleaned the revolver. But if you look in this picture, it actually looks like the inlet of the forcing cone has a whole lot of burrs on it from the factory and needs to be cleaned up. Upon further inspection, I could see that light was coming in between the barrel and the barrel shroud and where it screws into the frame of the revolver. When I looked even harder, I noticed this huge crack on the frame where the barrel screws in. So needless to say, my 617 is being shipped back to Smith & Wesson. Now, even though I wasn't the original purchaser of this firearm, I did buy it used. Smith & Wesson made good on their lifetime warranty and replaced the frame on this for me at no charge. Starting out with the 617. Even though you can still see gas escaping around the front of the cylinder and at the forcing cone, that's normal of revolvers because you're always going to have some gas escaping from there because there's always a gap between the cylinder and the forcing cone. It can't be a perfectly tight fit, or you would have dragging of the cylinder once it started getting dirty. So Smith & Wesson did make it right and sent this gun back to me with a new frame, which I had to re-register. And they actually refunded the registration fees as well. And since I got it back, this gun has been a tack driver and just an extremely fun gun to shoot. So I did pull this gun out of the safe tonight because I wanted to change the grips on it. Right now it has these Packmeyer gripper grips on it, and I want to put some Hogue mono grips on it. I really like these Hogue mono grips. This particular grip was actually made for a round butt K-frame to convert it to a square butt shape, and these you can pick up still on eBay for around $20 to $25 a set. This is what it looks like on the gun. Now, for some odd reason, I don't really know why, the back strap of this gun does not mate up perfectly with the top of the grip. Maybe this set of grips is actually for an X-frame gun like the Governor or something like that, but it doesn't perfectly fit in the K-frame. Now, I will say it's a pretty close fit, and I do have another set of these for a K-frame that I may swap out on this one and see if there's a reason why these don't match up particularly well. But the 617 is a great gun. It has adjustable rear sights. It has a Patridge-style front sight, which I've painted orange on this particular one. Has a nice wide spur hammer on it and a great trigger. So if you have the chance to buy a 617 or even to shoot one from a friend, I highly recommend it. These are just great revolvers. They're 10-shot, 22 long rifle, and like any other 22 long rifle pistol, or revolver rather, you can shoot 22 short and 22 long out of it as well. You just may end up fouling up your cylinder a little bit quicker. So thanks for watching this edition of Wheelgun Wednesday, and this with my Smith & Wesson 617 22 long rifle revolver. Thanks for watching. God bless America. Support your 2A rights. Get out there and shoot. And you remember, if someone asks you to give up some of your freedom for the greater good, remind them that freedom is always the greater good.